alert.
Podcast is starting in 5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome all to the Gamers at Large podcast, episode 21. Sorry for missing you guys out last week, but hey, things got in the way, so it is what it is. Getting back to what the usual routine. I'm going to sit up here and introduce everybody from left, right. Ain't nobody business. I was sick. Oh Lord, somebody's echoing the podcast. Somebody's echoing the podcast.
I don't hear it.
I hear it.
I don't hear it either.
Okay, there we go. Anyway, like I said, we're going to sit up here and start our intros from my left to my right. We're going to start with Games Rosa. Do your thing, bro.
Oh, wow, I'm first. All right, then. Hello, everybody. Games Rosa, Gamerman906, whatever you like to call me. Glad to be here again, and hope you guys enjoy the rest of the podcast. Here we go.
Alrighty, up next we got the little me that could. Do your thing, bro, Jamie.
Oh, what's up, guys? Jamie Butterworth here, a.k.a. Butterworthy. Hanging out. I don't have anything we need to say right now.
Okay, and up next we got El Matador over here. Our boy Kaiser. Kaiser, do your thing, man.
Hello, guys. Kaiser here. Just bringing some interesting topics to the podcast, and happy gaming, as I always say.
All right, and up next we got Mr. T, fools.
Is that for me? Is that I can come in now?
Yeah, you can come in.
All right. Hey there, fools. It's Mr. T with the Gamers at Large podcast. I'm back.
And up next we got the Good Shepherd. Do your thing, bro.
Hey, what's up, YouTube, Google Plusians, and everybody in between? We're here to have a podcast. Get the new webcam. Should be my show up soon enough. Enjoy the pod.
Okay. Hey, you got and of course, last and probably least, depending on somebody's opinions, is me, QMC Kwamechu. Anywho, enough of the fake humble crap. Let's do this.
Word.
All right.
Now, so who's got the first topic? Anybody? Dibs? Anybody want to call dibs?
I'll tell you what. We've been out of it for 2 weeks. How about we just talk about what we've been playing for the last 2 weeks?
Oh Lord, I've been so stuck on Wind Waker, it's ridiculous. I've been stuck on jumping between Wind Waker and Link Between Worlds, back and forth. I'm getting my Zelda on and trying to sit up here and hope that at E3 they go. And now coming on stage, Shigeru Miyamoto coming up here, holding once again a Master Sword and a Hyrule Shield, hoping that they sit up here and show something on the big screen.
That will be awesome.
That's me taking them high hopes while I'm playing, going quasi-retro. Alright, and what you guys been playing lately?
Well, I have been playing Path of Exile these weeks. I have been digging the game more. I have been playing it some months, but right now I'm really focused on it.
Oh,
Is it
a MOBA or is it like Diablo or what?
It's a Diablo-like game. They really did a good job to catch the feeling of Diablo 2. Okay, go on.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
They got the feeling, but the only downside of the game is that they also got the inventory. You know, the Tetris-like, that's the only downside of the game. But the gameplay is really solid. I mean, abilities-wise and all, they really make a good. They really made a good job on this game. I'm really digging it. And they really made they really put the environment right. What they did not on Diablo 3, for example. You can feel the pressure of the environment, the music, like you did on the first 2 games of Diablo.
Wow, that sounds pretty cool. So there goes one recommendation for you guys, Paths of Exiles, if you ever heard of it. If not, give it a look up on Google.
It's free to play.
Cool. And what about you, Jamie? What you been playing?
I've been pretty busy with games in the past couple weeks, actually. I finished up Bravely Default, which I ended up making like an 18-minute rant video about that. So go check out my channel for my thoughts on that one. I've been playing a bit of Pokemon Conquest on 3DS. It's actually a DS game, but you know, same thing. And I just beat South Park: Stick of Truth earlier. What's up? Anyway, I just beat South Park: Stick of Truth earlier, and that game was pretty awesome.
Oh, cool. So let me ask you a question. Are there like a lot of in-jokes and stuff like that throughout the whole thing?
Good God, if you're a South Park fan, you need to own this game because it's nothing but like 10, 15 hours of straight-up in-jokes the whole time. And then look, okay, look, here's the thing. If you've ever had the urge to fight a giant zombie Nazi aborted fetus, this is the game for you.
Oh my god!
Also the Man-Bear Pig.
Man-Bear Pig. No, it's Al Gore dressed as Man-Bear Pig.
Oh lord! Please don't tell me they sat up there and had the aliens do that poor thing to Cartman again. I'm not gonna say no more.
Oh, that's taken to a whole new level. That is taken to a whole new level, I will tell you.
Oh lord!
Let's not spoil that for Quan.
Oh lord, poor
That's
Cartman.
like the second chapter in the game. Well, there's really chapters, but it's early on.
Poor Cartman.
Oh, it's not poor Cartman this time.
Oh god, Butters?
Not Butters, no.
Oh lord, I'm not gonna guess no more. Hey, what about you? Games which you've been playing as of late?
Well, right now, actually this whole week, I've been EV training the heck out of my Pokemon.
That was you.
And yeah, I think my Pikachu's overpowered now. I really think so because oh my god. But out of that, for the PS4 they had a free trial for Kills, like a free kind of multiplayer thing for Killzone. So I've been kind of playing that too.
Oh, cool.
I'm still waiting for Infamous. Darn it. I want to play that game so bad. Because it's just, they keep showing it over and over and over again, and I'm just like, ugh.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And what about you, Mr. G? What you been playing as of late?
Oh man, I've been playing a lot of games. Trying to clear up the backlog, you know. So I've been playing on Wii U. I've been playing Arkham Origins, Donkey Kong, Tropical Freeze, obviously, Deus Ex, Human Revolution, and Splinter Cell. I'm trying to finish that up. Still haven't finished that yet.
Wow.
And the reason I can't finish a lot of those games is because, believe it or not, I've been enthralled by a 3DS download game called SteamWorld Dig.
Oh.
And I just cannot stop digging.
I got that game. I got that game as well. I
can't stop playing that game. I didn't think it would get me that hard. So, but yeah, I've been playing that a lot. So.
Just watch out for YouTube. They got tons of speed runs up.
Yeah, I don't mess with that stuff. I want to spoil the game for myself. So.
You always get some surprises of the indies.
Yeah, buddy. To me, it reminds me of a more subdued version of Terraria.
It's surprisingly deep. Like, it starts off and you think it's just going to be this simple little dig and collect gold, but there's this whole story that just comes out on you. And you're like, oh man, this is pretty cool.
Mm. Alrighty, and what about you, Shep?
Oh, me?
Yeah, bro.
You know me, I got ADHD, so let's begin. I've been trying to breed the perfect Pokemon team, so I'm like breeding these Pokemon and EV training, and I'm playing Wind Waker. That's a game I can't stop playing. And actually, no, yeah, that's it. That's not bad for me. Just 2. Okay.
Alrighty. So, quick question. I got a question for all of y'all. As it stands, and I've asked this in the past, but I'm going to ask it again because sometimes people's opinions change or their tastes change, okay? If you haven't already gotten a PS4 and an Xbox One, what would compel you to get it? Automatic, instant sale. Because right about now, I'm like Games Rosa. I'm waiting for that infamous Second Son. And no, I'm not pre-ordering the bundle because I want to hear what everybody else thinks of the game first before I commit to $400 plus a game. So, what would compel you to buy one?
Anybody else can go up because I'll take the last one.
Well, I'll tell you what it would take for me to buy one. Just no matter what, it's not gonna be instant buy. I don't normally do just instant buy. It's gonna take some work up, a few different things to get it done. Because I mean, Titanfall looks incredibly interesting on the Xbox One, But at the same time, having everything behind a paywall just doesn't do it for me. You know, if I'm already paying for one service, I don't want to pay another service to watch the service I'm already paying for. You know, backwards compatibility, that would be a huge thing. That would be a huge thing for me. But, I mean, it's going to take, for me at least, it's going to take a year or two of consistently good games for me to pick either one of these systems up.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, same for me. I'd probably already have a PS4 if they had backwards compatibility. I mean that, you know, I have a lot of games on PS3, you know, and I don't. You know how many systems I already got hooked up? I mean, you know, I'm a retro gamer too, so I got all these systems already hooked up. I don't want to add another one.
How many power slots do you have?
It's crazy, man. It's crazy over here. It's a fire hazard for sure.
How many power slots do you have? Or do you have it like in the old days where they put a plug inside a plug?
Nah, I'm not doing it that crazy. I got a
surge protector.
I got a surge protector, but I also have it like running from different outlets. I have what do you call them, drop cords, extension cords,
so much.
coming from different plugs. So
you got a virtual Gordian not a cords, huh?
It's like the Matrix ship over here, you know. Wires coming from everywhere. But yeah, I mean, so we'll take it as where it is now. Obviously, there's no backwards compatibility. So what would get me to buy a PS4? It's not one game at this point, but the game that will probably get it going is probably a new Uncharted. And maybe something that, like, I'm not an Infamous fan. I tried. I think I've said this before in a different podcast that I tried Infamous 1 and 2. They just didn't gel for me. They did just not my type of game. So that's not going to compel me at all. But yeah, Uncharted game, and then maybe something else. Maybe like if Final Fantasy isn't coming to the Wii U or something like that, you know, that's confirmed. Or Kingdom Hearts not coming. But Xbox One, you know, the price is steep, and again, like Jamie said, Titanfall is interesting, but I'm not so keen on you know, being forced for the online. Everything is behind the paywall, like you said. So maybe if the price dropped, I'd think about it. I was pretty close to actually buying one, but then I thought about, you know, the hidden costs, and it just kind of, you know, kept me from buying it. So
I hear you on that, because when I was at GameStop, you should have seen the look on my wife's face. The guy was smelling blood. He was like, oh, Infamous, pre-order, and she knows I don't like to pre-order, but he kept saying Infamous, and I'm like, yeah. She's like, no. She was like, hon, if all it's gonna do is sit there after one game, why you gonna spend that much? You might as well wait until they get more games out.
Right.
But I think of Infamous as the harbinger of what's gonna come soon after. You know what I'm saying? They always have that one game. It's like a cork. And once you pop that cork, out spills out the goodness. Just like I'm waiting for the Wii U to do the same thing. They got that one cork game, and I think that's Mario Kart.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mario Kart is gonna be bigger than most people realize.
Yeah.
Of course.
And the thing is, like I said, I want Xbox to succeed, because maybe they will finally do something with Rare and their IPs, because I really want something done with them. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I want a crazy, over-the-top Conker's Bad for a Day, but it's not going to be the same thing without the guy who was behind the voice of Conker. That's the only problem, because I don't think he left on good terms with Microsoft.
Yeah, see, I'd even mention Rare when it came to Xbox One, because at this point I feel like it's a pipe dream, you know? Like they haven't done much of anything with those great IPs. So I've almost given up, you know.
All right. What about you, Shep? Echo.
Well, for me, this is how it goes. We already know I wouldn't have gotten the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One because they backwards compatible. That's a problem. But for me, for the PS4, Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Infamous. I'm not as big into Infamous like everybody else, but it does look really cool. That's what it would be for the PlayStation 4 really right now. At least those. For the Xbox One, I gotta see, unless they surprise me, I gotta see the next Halo. I gotta see Titanfall. All I'm not as crazy about as everybody else is. I did like Halo. And Kill Instinct, I love that game. So, we'll see. I'm not really hyped at the moment. There's nothing that really compels me. So, I'm just chilling for now. I'm waiting for Square to do something.
Okay, here goes a good question here. What if we know that many companies have faded into obscurity, and if I'm not mistaken, Irrational is one of them, right?
Yes.
So, along those lines, I'm kind of curious about what would you like to see as far as a bygone IP from many of the studios that closed down, like THQ, etc., that you would like to see revived by either a first party being Nintendo, Microsoft, or Sony, or a current third party?
I would like a revival of Terranigma, for example, or from Quintet, or Illusion of Gaia on the.
Illusion of Gaia.
Yeah, that falls under Square Enix. So definitely, that looks like if they really want to bring an old IP back, that would be something.
Yeah.
I got one though that might shock ya. Who here has ever heard of Freedom Force?
Right here.
Freedom Force, I would love to see revived because since Irrational's gone the wayside, it'd be nice to see a tactical superhero game.
What?
Did you just say tactical?
Tactical, sort of. Yeah, if you know what you're doing, you could. Okay. Yeah, if you know what you're doing, trust me, there's some strategy there.
You know me in tactical games. Don't get me excited, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at the store page right now, and I'm looking at Freedom Force versus the Third Reich. That's a classic. Oh, man. I wish it was supposed to be a trilogy, but oh well. You know how that goes with trilogies.
Yeah. If one of the games didn't do good, or the company can, or the studio can shut down.
Or they can't count to 3, Valve.
Oh, God.
Capcom.
Best troll ever.
Capcom? Oh, yeah, Capcom can't count to 3.
It took them a while to count to 3, too.
Super, ultra, mega, blah, 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 fighter.
Turbo mix champion.
Oh, Lord.
We just had to remind ourselves of Mega Man Legends 3.
Don't, please, don't.
Why did you have to do that?
You broke my heart.
Sorry.
Okay. What about you, Mr. T? Is there a particular old franchise you would like to see revived?
Well, I mean, we just talked about it, and it has to do with the Xbox, and it has to do with Rare. I mean, the Holy Trinity for me is Perfect Dark, Banjo-Kazooie, and Jet Force Gemini. That's my Holy Trinity. I've been waiting on, a new installment to at least, and a good one, because we got Perfect Dark Zero, and we got Nuts and Bolts, and so yeah, but a traditional return, and man, I think I want Jet Force the most. So those are the ones for me.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'd buy the Xbox One today. That was gonna happen,
Sure, I would get Wally today if they sat up there and did something with Rare Ltd. Trust me. I will buy Microsoft's Wally in a heartbeat.
Johnny 5,
Johnny 5. That's what it looked like to me, right? It looked like a little robot.
Yeah, it does.
Anybody else got any classics
alive
that they would love to see revived finally? That really, who knows? Maybe somebody will listen to this and this will get their attention.
Well, since Sega acquired Atlas, I'd love to see a proper Phantasy Star game done by Atlas. Not Phantasy Star Online, just like a sequel to Phantasy Star 4.
Oh, now you're talking. That's the goodness.
Yep.
But like I said, though. Go ahead.
I want Rad Racer.
Rad Racer.
Shining Force.
Arcade Racer. So
I'm being stupid.
But the thing is, though, the bottom line is they're looking for fresh new IPs and stuff like that, and there's so many ways they could revive classics if they ran out of ideas. You know what I'm saying? They could always flesh out and expand ideas for these older games. And time again, what did they do? They sit up here and take that one franchise they think everybody wants to buy, and then they sit up here and wear the treads off of it. I mean, it's just they've got to stop doing that. Like this whole thing with Capcom and Street Fighter. Okay, enough already. Go count to 3 already. Count to 4. Count to 5. Do something. You know. And
even I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, even like what's the series? With the Ubisoft series that comes out every year.
Assassin's Creed?
Assassin's Creed, right. Even that type of game should not be a yearly release. You know,
No.
it's an adventure game.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
It should not come out every year.
Every 2 or 3 years.
Every
even
2
though-
or 3 years, yeah.
Yep.
But every year, I mean,
Exactly.
you're going to wear it out. It's wore out for me already, but
Mhm.
Yeah, I was done with it after 4. That's it.
it's
Because
just,
you-
yeah, it's too much.
Anybody notice something about Assassin's Creed that the story, if you went through the straight campaign, is really short, but there's a lot of filler with the coalescing. There's a lot of
A
filler.
lot.
There's a ton of filler. So as a result, it feels like you could see how they rushed the plot of the game.
It's like, you
Year
know,
by
it's
year.
a factory assembly line game.
Mhm.
You know?
And the thing is, it's not knocking it to a degree because there's some elements of Assassin's Creed that are awesome. Some of the
Yeah.
storyline and all that is decent. But the thing is, they need time to space it apart so they can really, really concentrate on their writing. Just like I feel like Mass Effect was rushed at the end. Yes, I'm not letting that go. It is rushed at the end and everything. And there's a lot of other games that done that. I mean, what about I think it was Advent Rising was one that was supposed to get a sequel. Let me see. Anachronox was another game that they kind of sat there and veered off at the end. They kind of roped themselves into a corner and didn't make a sequel for. And the list goes on. There's classics and new ones that they keep doing that with. And
I'm
I
a little
think.
bit. Oh, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. No, go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say I'm a little bit worried about Batman because is this gonna be a yearly release too? I mean,
Well, they did say that this is the last Arkham game.
yeah, but I don't mean it's the last Batman game.
I know.
So
Yeah.
Shoot, they
But the
could-
thing is, I only played Arkham, so it's like.
well, they were like, it's not an Arkham game coming next year. It's Bloodhaven.
call it something else.
New IPs, damn it.
Star City. You see, get Green Arrow.
Oh my god.
Central City, you get the Flash.
Oh man, but they're gonna ride it. I mean, they're making money off of it, so they're gonna keep it going.
Oh Lord. Oh man, but like I said, if they're so worried about coming up with new IPs and to come up with fresh ideas, like I said, they could always delve into the classics. That being
Yep.
said, another thing that I want to bring up to you guys, looking at the way that everybody have been fighting over Resolution Gate as of late, with 720p versus 800p or whatever they want to call it.
Do you want to get me started on this?
Oh god.
Yes, I
This
do.
is not this is a hot topic for both
So
of the
it's a
videos.
hot topic, but I gotta bring it up. The thing is, everybody keeps thinking that innovation is nothing more than visuals. That's it.
Exactly.
And there's got to be something more compelling out there. I mean, the PlayStation has Move, right? What are they doing with Move that's going to innovate? Like that little sculpting demo they showed at E3 a while back. What have they done since with that? You know what I'm saying? Where I could picture Little Big Planet and designing three-dimensional stages instead of those that are on a two-dimensional plane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a little bit sad how the innovation has been going around only the graphics these last E3s. I just hope that this E3 brings something new to the gameplay.
Exactly. I mean, they got so many different ways. You got Smart Glass, you got Kinect, you got Move, you got the Wii U gamepad. I mean, there's so many ways that all the developers can come up with unusual methods to sit up here and engage the player, besides sitting up here and saying, hey, man, doesn't this stuff look as good as Pixar? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Besides that, I mean, there's got to be something more. What do you guys think? That this is going to be an ongoing trend, or are they going to start innovating?
I could say that as long as, like, because right now, you know, Sony just says, oh, because great graphics and all that. And we all know with the Order 1888, right? Um, like, I just don't get why, why they always have to promote resolutions like that. I mean, I know there was a lot of backlash with Titanfall,
Mm.
because it was only, what, 900p, I guess, or what was it, like, it was around like 900,
It was
800p.
900p, I
Hmm?
think.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and then they were all like complaining, and then, I mean, I thought it was about the game, not, the resolution. I mean, as long as the game works fine and plays, why not enjoy
Exactly.
I
it?
mean, let's call that what it is. Okay, that's bragging rights between Xbox and and Sony fanboys. That's what that is. I mean, Sony
Oh,
fanboys, they can cheerlead and talk about, oh, we got better resolution and all that, and that's why that's a big deal now. As far as
yeah.
consoles go, and I mean, that's the only. If they were both, they were both 720p, or whatever, nobody be talking about resolutions on consoles anyway.
Mm.
But because they have that bragging right, the Sony fans do have the bragging right. It's a big deal now. But they don't want to mention that unstable as frame rate.
But just look at what had become. People now are doing comparisons and something like that. I mean, we just want to play a game, not
Yeah.
I
we
mean,
don't.
seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as it
Seriously.
doesn't look like stick figures, I mean, really, I could care less. I mean, sheesh. But here's the thing, though. I'm curious to hear what Jamie has to say about this, because he's been
Oh
sitting up
God.
there really quiet lately. I know he's
Bring it.
seething. Okay, go ahead, Jamie. Do your thing.
Bring out the Steve. Come on.
Essentially, I mean, here's the thing. This week the entire resolution argument was blatantly exposed, as everyone loves to say in the YouTube community, because it came out that Killzone Shadowfall apparently is only 1080p. Isn't 1080p in the multiplayer, and suddenly people became outraged. Well, the game's been out for 5 months. No one could tell until they strapped up high-end equipment to it.
Wait. Killzone's not 1080p. I'm gonna delete this off my system. No, I'm deleting it.
And let me. And you know the reason why I brought this up? In a word, Watch Dogs.
Oh God.
God.
Yeah, I
People
saw it. There was a lot of backlash after that trailer that they showed about the story
Yeah.
mode. Because it
Yeah.
didn't look like the E3 presentation.
I think they had to
And-
scale it back because of the size. If they're doing as close to a real rendition of Chicago as they possibly can emulate, I mean, they're gonna have to give up something now.
Yeah.
But have you heard too, Quan? They have also started to make comparisons of the E3 of Dark Souls 2.
Mm.
Of the lighting effects are not really that good now on the PS3 version.
I just thought, I feel bad for these people who feel the need to go up to their monitor with a jeweler's lope and sit up here and count pixels all day, and sit up here with this little, oh my God. Or you ever seen those glasses that a watch repairman wears with a whole bunch of different lenses? That's how I
Yeah.
picture these guys. I picture them sitting up there counting pixels at a time with a little stick.
I'm sorry, man.
Freaking sad.
We
What?
arguing about this. We're just failing as gamers. This.
What
We should
happened
be
to the
playing
enjoyment
damn
and
games,
fun?
not staring
It's
at it.
supposed to be about the damn games and the gameplay.
Yep.
For real.
It's
It's just
the thing that
have-
kills me is a lot of these so-called PC gamers.
Oh
And
God.
I say that because a lot of these dudes are console gamers. A lot of these dudes have channels, and they talk mostly about console games and console gaming. But they're PC gamers. They're PC elitists, which is hilarious. But even those guys are only really playing console games on their PC, and so they can brag about the performance. They're not playing like real traditional PC games. So it's all, like I said, we are failing as gamers to even be spending time talking about this resolution and stuff, because you're not playing games at that point. You just it's silly.
I agree, Mr. T. Imagine if someone had broke the argument of what's the best version of South Park: The Stick of Truth.
Oh my god, that would make no sense whatsoever.
That would be hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
I would just love to see people arguing over which is the better version. I just want to sit there and just watch. No, it's PC, man. 'Cause PC got this and that and resolution. Are you kidding me? He's a
Whichever,
part.
whichever version doesn't lag like hell when there's scene transitions.
I mean,
Just don't forget the popcorn, Quan.
Oh Lord. But like I said though, it's just crazy that people will argue over the most mundane things instead of just having fun. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't see people arguing at GameStop much. You know what I'm saying? Much, unless you talk about sports franchises and whatever. But other than that, you don't see too many people arguing over these games as much as you see on YouTube, which makes you think that maybe YouTube is not that positive of a resource for most people, according to what most people are putting out. If
Yeah.
people would just
I
sit
can
up there
tell
and be
you
them,
straight up, yes.
if people would just relax, be themselves, and say what they enjoy instead of what they hate all the time. Because hey, be honest with you, when you hate something, just like when you hate food on your plate, you're not gonna sit there, spit, and scream at it. You're gonna push it to the side and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do. When you sit up here and
Exactly.
from the time, take the advice of a child. When you see a little child, they don't like that broccoli, they push it to the side of the plate. They don't sit up here, argue, stab it to death, mash it to pieces, and mangle it, and then sit up here and cuss out their other brother, sister, or cousin, or whatever, all because they sat up there and ate the broccoli because they had cheese on it. They don't do that. You know what I'm saying? They just sit up here and keep it moving. But here we are. Yeah, we're grown men, and we beat each other upside the head all the time over some games, things that we're supposed to enjoy.
Exactly.
Yeah, I actually did make a video about that. It's just like when they, make fun of one person and that person responds, and it's just like you're just playing into their trap. You're really just playing into the trap by responding. So it's like
Yeah.
if you
it's,
respond, that's what they want because they want you to be angry and embarrass yourself and basically make you look, humiliated.
and it's a never-ending conflict.
Yep.
Mhm.
some fool, they love to keep going back and forth. I just, I'm gonna say my piece, for you mentally and keep it moving,
Yep.
Trust me, none of the mind games over here on YouTube compared to basic training. Ask Rashidi. so if you can handle
Yeah,
those
this
mind
stuff here is
games,
juvenile in comparison.
oh my
But-
lord.
But it's really getting out of hand how they in YouTube they critique games about resolution instead of gameplay wise.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just baffled when they said about the Thief reviews and the Lord of Shadow reviews were more about some of them were more about the graphics than the gameplay itself. And besides, they were actually criticizing the game about combat gameplay, which is not the base of Thief. I mean, Thief is a stealth game.
Hmm. You know what? I would like to sit up here and pose a challenge to publishers out there. Go without, no matter how much people dig into, go without confirming any resolution or texture depth or anything on your games in the first 2 months and see what your reviews are, and then watch your reviews after you announce it, whether it be 720p, 1080p, or whatever, and then see if there's a difference. Then you could realize where the psychology is of the current gamer as far as the grand majority.
What they
Because
should
you have,
do, what
Go
they
ahead.
should do is release the same game on 2 different systems, but say that one's 1080p and one's 720p, but actually reverse it when the game releases and don't tell anybody.
there you go. Stuff like that. I mean, normally I wouldn't advocate trolling, but let's be honest here. The industry itself needs to call out the BS and see whether it's more important to worry about resolution or more important to worry about the substance behind the game.
It's all about eye candy, baby.
Oh, yeah.
That is a trend. I hope it's not going to last a lot. I just hope that this E3 we will see substance, Quan, instead of just eye candy.
Yeah.
I
I
definitely
wouldn't hold
hope.
my breath on
Because
that.
there was actually we all know about the Order 1888, right? Of course.
Mhm.
So basically, you know how everybody was like hyping up for that game, being like, "Oh my God, that game looks awesome and everything." Yeah. Well, that wasn't even gameplay. That wasn't even like anything. And even though Sony did say that that was the actual, graphic detail, everything, everybody was still going crazy. But yet nobody saw the gameplay. So it's like, okay. You know.
Well, apparently people who have seen the gameplay say it's pretty much a Gears of War clone.
Yeah, I actually have seen even what's his face from IGN.
Colin
Forgot,
Moriarty.
yeah, Colin Moriarty.
I just hope it's more than that because I like the design of the game, what the game was trying to do with the steampunk and the steampunk weapons, but I would like to see more substance on that.
I mean, I feel like it gets a lot less flack, you know, than some of the other games, like comparably say to Xbox One games that have been found not to be 1080p. You know, those games that get, you know, ripped apart. You know, I'm not even an Xbox fan. I sit back. I'm like, wow, really? So, I mean, what's that about? But I mean, the overall thing is that this stuff really doesn't matter when you're sitting down with the controller in your hand playing the actual game itself.
Yep.
And, I mean,
Exactly.
it should be about the experience of playing the game. Because, you know, like I said, I have a Wii U. If a game comes out that I'm looking forward to that comes on Wii U, I'm gonna buy it on Wii U as long as it's, you know, as long as it plays well enough for me to enjoy it, you know. So that stuff doesn't matter to me at all.
Yeah. You know, like I said, you know, like I was saying though, that's the thing. If this community would focus more on enjoying games and less about the vitriol, it'd be a lot better. But then again, people in the desert want water, so.
It's, the sad thing about the human being is we like a lot of conflict, and that's the sad part of it.
Very true. I mean, everything is like, yeah, it's like very Lord of the Flies here on YouTube.
We've been violent ever since day one.
I have the conch.
We don't want to admit it, and we always, you know, we always misogynistically refer to females as loving drama, but I beg to differ.
Oh Lord!
Especially in the gaming community. They behave better than we do.
Especially.
Oh my God, the chicks! If the chicks ran the gaming industry, we'd be so polite.
It'd be so much different.
Except for periodically we might yell, but.
Silence is golden.
You took it.
No, you didn't.
Oh come on, they know I'm playing. Y'all know I love y'all.
The one female gamer we got watching the show she just logged off.
She gonna be like, oh my God, I'm gonna get Quan for that. Oh come on, have a sense of humor. Even my wife, I pick with her about it. She has a sense of humor about it. Anywho, guys, you got any other topics? Because I have another interesting one I'll bring up in a few. But
I actually do.
Okay, go for it.
How do you guys? Well, we all know what happened this week at Sony's part about Jack Tretton. So, you know, there's many speculations going on whether he just got laid off or he just got fired in general or just quit because he didn't get enough pay. So I don't know. Like, what do you guys think?
I'm sure he was asked to resign.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting, the timing though, don't you think? About him putting his here they are releasing their console, they're getting strong headwind as far as like, you know, their sales, and he's leaving. What's going on here?
Yeah, and especially like all that stuff that he like, you know, bashing Microsoft at E3, you know, all that stuff is just, you know.
Well, I don't
why
understand
now?
Why now? Anybody have any theories as to why?
Yeah, that's like I wanted to ask.
I will go with your theory, Quan, that he might know something that maybe he read some information about the financials and said, no, I don't want to be part of this. Goodbye.
Something's not right here. Something's not right for him. Here they are doing something so well, and then he leaves. We're talking the head guy.
Well, I would take issue with they're doing so well. I mean, they're selling well, but the software itself isn't selling that well, and they're selling at a loss. So it's not like they're doing so great. They have to recoup with the software sales, which aren't very good right now, especially first party. The best-selling game on it is Call of Duty Ghosts. So that's not helping Sony at all. So, but I think it's a kind of a little theory of mine, is that it has to do with the the E3 thing. I think, this is obviously conjecture. It's just me guessing and me theorizing, but I think he was instrumental in Sony. Obviously, Sony had that long delay before they came on. I think they were in the back doing some pulling the camera out of the PlayStation 4. Seriously, I really think they pulled that camera out. It was gonna come with it. They pulled it out.
I agree.
They saw the reactions, and the last minute they pulled it. They dropped the price on it. I think if the camera was in there, they actually would have probably made a profit on the console. So because I don't think the camera would have, say it was $500 like the Xbox One. I think the camera. I think what does the camera cost separately? Like $70. So they actually probably would have pulled the profit had they left the camera in there. I think that is part of it. I think there was a lot of knee jerk going on because of what Microsoft was doing and the reaction to what Microsoft was doing, and he was instrumental in some of that knee jerk. That's just a theory of mine, but. Damn, it's quiet. I got everybody in deep thought over that one.
Oh god.
Dude, you can hear the little gears just whirring away. No,
Yeah,
but I'm just telling you that I'm just saying that the timing is kind of curious that they would let him go at this point in time, because wouldn't that kind of like shake up investor confidence a little? That at this point in time he's leaving.
But also another red alert is the Sony Santa Monica
I think that's
studio
the
layoff.
bigger one.
Clearly something more going on.
Yeah, something is happening there, and
Mm,
I don't want to make
This
people
is
bad,
not a
but
good
I
look.
feel like the writing is on the wall, man. I just feel like we're watching the decline. We don't know it yet. We're watching the bankruptcy proceedings. I just feel like that sometimes,
it's like Walking Dead, where you don't know the guy's bit under his clothes,
Right.
and then he's slowly turning and he's walking behind you like nothing's happening.
It's all good back here.
but I still hope that there's a recovery plan.
I
If
think
what
for Sony, I think it's a done deal for Sony. I think the Sony as overall is a done deal for them. They're in too much debt. I think what are they,
gotta find-
hundreds of billions
Yeah.
in debt?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have a secret product that's going to turn that around. I feel like I hate that. I mean, it drives me crazy to think something could happen in that way. But I just feel like everybody that's still in it, or people that are leaving recently, they're basically just watching they're handling the downfall. They're managing the downfall basically.
Yeah,
I feel like it's imminent. I just feel like that. I wish that wasn't the case, but I just feel like it.
yeah,
according to the gaming media and most people on YouTube, they're totally fine.
Yeah.
but I also hope
hope
that
they're right for once.
that is not the case, because I mean we only will see if this is continuing. We will only see Nintendo on the competing.
Yeah, because Sony bound out is not helping Nintendo. It's not helping
Mhm.
Microsoft.
Yeah,
They're going to continue, whatever they're doing or whatever they're not doing. They need that
Exactly.
competition.
Exactly.
Yep.
Like I said it before and I said it again. You need some type of balance between the big three. There's got to be like a push and pull, a give and take, as it were.
yeah,
Each-
but
each-
we cannot ignore the signs that something is happening.
With all these studios dropping people left and right, because I think didn't Disney lay off like a bunch of people?
Yeah,
Disney
they laid off
Interactive?
700 people.
700 people at Disney Interactive, and this is right off the tails of Disney Infinity being released. Makes you wonder.
Which is a success.
That's it.
Supposedly.
Exactly. So these type of things do concern the gamer, because if you think about it, nobody wants to buy a console to see the company fold not long after. You know what I'm saying? That's like buying a Magnavox. I think, what was it, an Odyssey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And seeing it fade the very next week after you got it. Oh,
Yeah, that would
Lord.
suck. I mean, and that would suck for sure for PS4 because it ain't really got the games out yet.
Yeah.
But that never bothers me, never worries me, Because hey, I have a Sega Saturn and a Sega Dreamcast, and I'm perfectly happy with both of them to this day. So,
Like, the thing
obviously,
is,
I wish Sega was still around doing consoles, but I'm still happy with those consoles.
Like, the thing is, do you guys feel like if Sony decides to sell off the PlayStation brand, that the PlayStation brand that themselves would be able to do well? I mean, I bet they would actually.
The PlayStation brand could survive, but the thing is,
It'll never be like it is now.
Exactly, and who's going to buy it, and what direction will it take once it's bought?
Please, not Apple and not Amazon.
Oh God.
Oh Lord.
Imagine PlayStation 5. You can bring in order stuff with Amazon Prime. Air.
Lord.
That will be an interesting future.
Watch your ebooks on it. Watch all your ebooks.
It's like, oh, would you like to have this
I love
downloaded
Amazon, but I don't want it
digitally or
for gaming.
delivered?
No.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah,
No,
but like I said,
no.
the industry is getting very shaken
Google
up, and
buy
it's
it.
just really making, and it's making me, oh God, no, and it's making me very nervous, But on a lighter note, there's a rumor floating around that Mario Kart 8 might have a track editor.
What?
Yes.
Oh my God! You guys are not going to survive my track.
I mean,
I'm gonna say that.
I see. Interesting. I see.
What's your idea, Game Rosa?
What is
Okay.
the
Side
idea?
by
I have the
Excite-
idea.
He's gonna put a boost. He's gonna put a boost right before a 90-degree turn.
Or a hell of
really-
blue shells?
It's gonna be like it's like this big huge path, but then there's like 50 how do you call it, boost pads, but you have to try to find the way of not going off. It's like
man.
Rainbow Road to the extreme.
Shoot, me, I'll just sit up here
like
and put a flip out of 90-degree turn right there by a boost.
I have
Oh,
always
man.
had some bad luck on the Rainbow Road.
If they do that, man, it's all over. My life is over. Because that's all I'm going to be doing is sitting around making tracks for Mario Kart to upload.
I mean, it would
everybody
be
to play.
great if that
Everybody
is true.
troll.
It would be great. I really mean it would.
Oh, I'd be making troll tracks left and right.
I'd make the most
that would
evilest
be
tracks I could
perfect
ever
because,
come up with.
My track would be called the 90 Degrees of Evil, because that's all the turns you would see with boosts and thumps and all sorts of stuff lying around. Piranha plants, you name it.
I wonder if after Mario Kart comes out, you will change your name to the Evil Shepherd.
I name my track Treasure Trove Cove.
Oh,
Treasure
man.
Trove Cove. That's it.
I'm just telling you something right now. That would be so interesting to see the kind of stuff that they would put off if it's indeed such a case that they do it. I don't know, because the thing is, there's no telling how they store the data, how it's going to be stored for the tracks and everything. Or it's going to require a hard drive. What? I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Save him to the cloud. I don't know, something like
The
that.
Nintendo.
I was just like,
open up a
cloud
server for this
technology.
game or what?
But that would, like I said, though, I'd be very keen to see, if there's any truth to that, So, anybody else got any interesting news or topics to share?
Dun, 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 dun.
We were gonna talk about some interesting stuff. I thought last
I
week.
bought a new webcam. Yay!
Well, you can bring up your last week's topic.
I'm trying to remember what it was. That's what I can't remember.
Yeah.
What we were gonna talk about. We talked about it beforehand, but I can't remember what it was.
Okay. Let me see.
So we
What
can't.
was
talk
your
about
What
that.
was your topic that you were about to bring up, Kwan? You said it was like,
Oh, I already brought it up.
you did? Oh, frick. Oh, the Mario Kart 8 thing. Oh, I thought that was someone else.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. What else happened except for watch?
What's going on in the industry?
How about let's talk about modding, about how modding can really extend the life of a game
Oh,
in a lot of ways. I
good
mean,
one.
let's
Good
just
job.
let's just talk about, for example, Half-Life 2. How many games were modded and then released as single player experience, like Chivalry and Natural
Counter-Strike.
Selection.
Counter-Strike. I mean, like I said, the modding community, I could imagine if they actually gave modding tools to console, individuals, like an enhanced track editor for racing games, like a creator's kit similar to what they did at Little Big Planet, so on and so forth. I can imagine, the indie scene is already bringing out stuff like that in the case of Terraria, Minecraft, and Starbound.
Starbound.
And Starbound, that to see something triple A given that same type of treatment would be beyond interesting.
Yeah, I mean the replayability is very high when you bring those tools to the gamers. I mean, how many of you still play Little Big Planet, or how many players still play because of the replayability of playing custom maps?
Like Skyrim, forget it, man. Look how many mods that thing has.
Oh god.
Yeah, Morrowind mod is coming.
Oh wow. I heard there was supposed to be a multiplayer mod. I think it was it for Morrowind? They were
No,
supposed to do. I'm not sure if it was Morrowind or one of those Elder Scroll games. They were going to make a multiplayer mod.
I don't remember.
It's hard to keep track of all these different modding projects out there. There was actually one a while back on the Steam engine that was supposed to be about Cloverfield, but it fell to the wayside. I was so upset. Oh man, it was called let me see. I think it was Gray. Dang, I forgot the name. It was named after a bridge over there in Central Park. I forgot the name of the bridge. Gray Shot. I think it's Gray Shot. And it was supposed to be like, from the perspective of a survivor other than the survivors in the movie running away from the creature. But it never came to fruition. But they did actually show the skitters, those little ticks that fall off the Cloverfield monster. And you were able to add that into your own mods. The mess was creepy, very well animated too.
Nice.
I mean, it would have been amazing to see something like that brought out, but that's the only thing. When you have modders, you have to have modders with enough passion to give follow through to their idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some do, and
Some
some
don't.
and they get jobs because of the modding they do. They get jobs on the industry after that. I remember a mod that added an island on the Skyrim.
Mhm.
Actually got a job at Bethesda, I think, or another studio.
There was supposed to be there was a game called Nubicular Drop. I think that was the precursor to Portal, and it was a mod, and those guys got hired to make Portal, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, there's a lot of different indie titles out there that as a result, can get people working, and it'd be interesting. They would take advantage of finding all these talented people within a given community of their game, and basically headhunting right there on the go. You know what I'm saying? Get right who they need for what they need. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having to sit up here and put out job listings and then take a chance that the person knows what the hell they're doing, past their resume.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because I actually find that with jobs, it's like they don't let you show your skill. It's like whatever's on your resume or whatever, it's like that's it.
That's why I think modding is a good idea, to try to see where.
I really want to try that out because I'm planning to be a developer myself. So like I really am trying to find things of like modding and like programs for that stuff. So that way I could actually show them, hey, look, I made this mod, and it's pretty cool, whatever. And then there you go. I showed off what I could do.
Kaiser about that.
I mean that's perfect.
Yeah, Kaiser might be the one you talk to.
Yeah.
Hi, Kaiser.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, and let me see here. Hold on a second, because I think. Hold on a second. Gilligan's sending me a message. Yeah, he said he had a topic. I'm waiting for him to type it. But if anybody else has a topic, go for it.
I just wanted to say it kind of ties in with the modding and all that. I wanted to go back to a darker subject, but with a light at the end of the tunnel, and it has to do with where the industry is going, and indie developers. A lot of people are down and worried about another crash, and we might just get that. But a crash can be good, and I want to give an example. I might even do a video on this to elaborate a little more. If you don't know, Mr. T is a filmmaker. If you haven't noticed that from my videos, from me talking about it or whatever. And a lot of the stuff that's going on in video games has happened in Hollywood. There was a time in the mid to late '60s in Hollywood where a lot of the movies that were coming out were stagnant. If you only by the big studios, kind of similar to where games are only coming out by the big publishers out there, and it was kind of a lot of the same type of games and a lot of the same type of movies were coming out, and Hollywood was stagnant. People were thinking that movies were gonna die. Nobody was going to the theater anymore, and then we had this huge influx, this huge indie movement in Hollywood in the late '60s that gave us movies like Bonnie and Clyde, and you had George Lucas came out of that, and obviously Steven Spielberg. All those guys came out of that indie movement that happened in the late '60s, starting with the French films, and that I feel like again, and it happened again in the early '90s. Big indie movement in the early '90s, as far as movies go, and I feel like that's the same thing that's going to happen with video games, because the industry is big enough now to where it can weather a storm and punch, and it'll come back. And I think the indie developers today are the AAA developers of the future. So don't fret. We're gonna go through the storm, and I think a lot of good stuff is gonna come out of it. So
hopefully, like I said, with irrational reboots, I want to see a Freedom Force. When they go small scale, I want to see a Freedom Force by them, definitely. I ain't letting that go.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seems like every time I say something, everybody get quiet.
We get pensive. You make us pensive.
Food for thought.
There we go. So, like I said, anybody else got a topic? Anyone? Bueller? Anything that's on your mind, go for it. Feel free.
What's better, anime or manga?
Oh God.
Oh Lord, anime or manga, which is better? Manga.
And a manga.
There you go.
Okay. Let me see.
Oh, I got something. Probably
Go
you
for
don't
it.
know.
Go for it.
How do you guys feel about Keiji Fune's new title next to the one that he's making for the 3DS?
Cloud?
No, it's called Azure Striker.
What? I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, looks pretty cool.
I
Details.
posted that on the community.
I'll actually
Inform.
send you a link to it.
Okay, cool.
Okay, please.
Introduce us to
You
it.
caught my attention.
Introduce us to the idea, dude.
So
Seriously.
basically,
Dude, you can't say something like that.
the thing is, it's basically like if you have played the Mega Man Zero games on the Game Boy, that's what pretty much it resembles to.
Mhm.
And I'm actually happy about that because I actually like those games. I have the collection for DS. I mean, Mega Man, yeah.
Right.
So I
um,
was
from
I was
actually-
not the only one that recognized the style of the sprites.
But yeah, I mean, I find it interesting because of the fact, it's going back to that kind of old route because he's using his Mega Man Zero style that he used when he used to be at Capcom. But yeah, I mean, I think I really am gonna get it because if it plays that way, I'm gonna definitely get it. And, it's actually something new too. It's, at least the guy's not a robot. It's just not.
Yeah.
Well, it put Inafune is a beast. We all know.
Heck yeah.
I love his games. Big, huge Mega Man fan. But I'm a little hesitant because
Yeah.
of the similarities with Mega Man. It almost with Mighty Number 9 coming, it almost feels like a one note kind of thing. If I felt like he was gonna do something, because I felt like Mighty Number 9 is the new Mega Man game, and I'm just hoping that there's enough to differentiate it from that Mega Man style of game.
I think that is what he's trying to do with Mighty Number 9. Differentiate it from the Mega Man franchise, and that's why he's taking his time working on it.
But you know what I feel? It's like, I think this game, Mighty Number 9, when it comes out and it has a big, huge success, then that's going to encourage Capcom to actually make a Mega Man game. Because the thing is, if they're seeing that, because probably right now they think nobody cares about Mega Man. Nobody, just like who's Mega Man, But I think this will encourage them, hopefully, to make
Honestly,
that
I think
game.
the opposite. I think if it comes out and it's good and it's great, that'll scare them from making a Mega Man game because, Inafune is Mega Man, And I think the reason they haven't done one is because your boy ain't been there. They feel like they can't, do it the way he did it, So
I hope it forced their hand.
I think if it does come out and does great, you won't see Mega Man another 10 years.
I need that Mega Man in my life. I just need. I own basically all these Mega Man games, and I kind of need a new one now, because I was so excited for, that game that got canceled, but I was so excited for it, and oh my god, because I remember seeing the early gameplays of it. I was just like, oh my god, I can't wait to play this.
Oh, you mean the game that we do not mention?
Yes, the game that we do not mention.
The unmentionable?
The game that must not be named.
It will not be mentioned again. Promise that.
Oh man. Here's another thing that I'm curious. What do you think about the current marketing that Nintendo's putting behind the Wii U as far as like their partnership with Pennzoil for Mario Kart, karting? They got the karting coming out in association with Mario Kart, and not to mention in Europe they're pushing the bundle of Mario Kart.
I gotta say it's really early. I'm surprised they're doing this really early.
They seem to be really ramping things up for Mario Kart. They're really hyping it up.
Yeah,
I love that, but I'm also frustrated because it's like, why didn't you do that for these other games?
Exactly.
It annoys me.
Wonderful 101 needs commercials.
Right now, most people don't even know it exists.
I know.
Nintendo needs to get one thing straight, and that's this. Okay, when you come out with a new IP, people want to know about it. They don't want to just walk to the store, go to the local GameStop, and say, "Hey, what the hell is this?"
You can't even do that because the game ain't on the shelf.
Exactly. It's in the back somewhere, hiding behind the dude with the greasy Cheeto stains on his hands.
Yeah, Iwata said so that they read the marketing of the West wrong. They thought that only offering the game was enough, but to be honest, West gamers really need the commercials and the ads because that's how you get the message that the game is good on the West market.
That commercial should have been all over like cartoon channels, and because it has that Saturday morning cartoon feel to it. It should have been.
They have to put like that. Wonderful 101 commercials would work, on like Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon.
It would have been perferent.
Or they could have come up with really sassy ones because the way Wonder Pink is for
God.
Adult Swim.
Right? I mean, it's not a kid's game per se. You're gonna be real frustrated as a kid playing that game. But the thing is, that doesn't matter. You're gonna get frustrated playing Donkey Kong as a kid. But a lot of kids gonna want to buy that game because it looks like
absolutely loves
appealing to them.
I've heard of adults rage quitting on Donkey Kong.
Exactly.
My fiance rage quits on Donkey Kong.
Oh Lord, I'm telling you, it's so funny that a lot of reviewers rage quit and then give it a bad review.
Right.
Whatever. Oh,
Zombie U.
Lord.
Cough, zombie, you cough.
But like I said though, given time, I don't know, man. I think once the indies start taking their full swing and start becoming a looming threat to these big AAAs, you're gonna see a lot better efforts put out by them, where we're gonna actually have a more well-rounded gaming library, and people are gonna actually start to advertise the games. I mean, that's one thing I gotta tell you that Sony has got right and Microsoft has got right, because everywhere you go, you see a damn commercial with that mess. Everywhere I see Infamous Second Son so many times on the screen is beyond ridiculous, and the game's not even out yet.
Right.
See what I'm saying? That's Nintendo. Seriously, you need to do that. Okay,
I better see that for Bayonetta 2. I better see that.
Oh man, you daggone skimpy! I'm telling you, the Adult Swim block writes itself. Or Toonami.
Toonami.
Go Toonami with that.
Hell yes.
And as a matter of fact, partner it up with the commercial for the anime. There you go. Or come up with a bundled box set.
Like have it where we're gonna show a special movie because of course man, that anime was a movie. And they should have it where it's like the movie, right? And then they just show the straight up commercials throughout like the rest of it.
There you go, dude.
That's how it goes.
If they get Cartoon Network to put that anime on there, okay? To put that anime on there, everybody get your DVRs ready in case they listen. But like I said, if they put that anime on there and then intermittently put a lot of Bayonetta commercials on there for the soundtrack as well as the game, and then actually offer a bundled set like a collector's edition, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, they might. It might catch fire. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
The game will finally get the love it deserves.
There you go.
Because this is a
with
really.
the movie.
Because the thing is, this is a really mass hardcore title that like Nintendo is, helping out with. So it's like they need to market this because this could really help.
The irony is, I understand a lot of people going to sit here and be like, but Kwan, the Wii U doesn't have DVD playback. Why would you bundle the movie over there with the game? I said, simple, dumbass, because most everybody got a DVD by now.
Your laptop plays DVDs. Everything plays DVDs now.
And hey, if you have a PS4 and Xbox One, you can play it on there too. So it's
like most people.
There you go. Hey, I got my PS3 and I could play Blu-rays and I could play my DVDs just fine.
True that.
Either that or you bundle it as a double disc package, but one of the discs will run the Wii U, but it'll run the movie. It just
there you go.
the game.
Oh yeah.
That's happened before. Yeah.
Oh, special version.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm telling you something like that. That would be a joygasm and a half watching that thing on the gamepad and just chilling.
Yep.
Oh man, or if they do a digital copy code or something.
Exactly.
There you go. They could do that. But
Digital.
But like I said though, if there was other games that you could think of and an advertising program that you could come up with, be it for any platform, what would it be and how would you go about it?
Well, if it was for a platform, I would actually first make the of course this is the new P whatever, I don't know. Let's just say what I like, the Game Sphere. This is the new Game Sphere. And this is the console right here. Blah blah blah. It plays all your favorite games, whatever. Because I know basically what drives people now these days are graphics. So it's like say that for a little bit, and then show Control for a little bit. Show the games that are coming out for it, and make sure they have enough time, and then that's it.
Sweet Okama Game Sphere.
It's spherical. I'm actually planning to do it.
Okay. What about you, Jamie? What would you come up with? A marketing program for a specific game or platform?
Oh, geez. Marketing program for a specific game or platform. That's a tough one because I want to say something for the Wii U, if not the system itself. Because the system, if you advertise it properly, is a value proposition that is actually something a lot more people should want to buy, but they don't advertise it. So, I would just do something that focuses on the system. I don't know what it exactly right offhand. I'm kind of tired, like falling asleep on my couch here, so I'm kind of bereft of ideas at the moment. So.
Oh man. All right. What about you, Kaiser?
Well, I would like to see some advertising for the X, for example. I want to see some really good commercials highlighting the mecha gameplay and the exploration of the game, because that is very important when it's coming from an RPG.
Oh, cool.
And also the collector's edition. The mecha. We all want that mecha on toy size.
Oh yeah.
I want the motorcycle one.
Alright. They must have a transformable mecha then. One.
Dibs. Alright, what about you, Mr. T? If there was a platform of a specific title that you would like to advertise that's probably not getting enough airplay, as it were, which would it be?
We just like picking a game that I'd like to see, and then how I'd advertise it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave Rare alone because they left me alone.
The feels.
I am gonna leave them alone because they left me alone. So no, but honestly, the game I want to see is Star Fox universe. You know, that's what I want to see. And the way I would advertise it is basically the same way Sonic's advertising Sonic Boom. I'd have a TV show. I'd have an animated show. I've said it before, in the vein of Bucky O'Hare, you know, and that's how I'd advertise for it. I get the show running for 6 months or whatever, and then pop that game out.
Poor Slippy would have to re-emphasize that he's not a toad.
Yeah. Well, I don't mean exactly, like that. But I just meant like, animals in space, shooting at apes.
That joke never gets old. Alrighty. And what about you, Mr. Good Shepherd?
Like I just said just now, Wonderful 101. They would have the perfect platform. They could actually make like an Adult Swim type of spin-off cartoon. Think about it.
Well, with all the little tongue-in-cheek jokes they got.
But that's why it's Adult Swim.
Exactly. It would fit perfect. Right after Robot Chicken. Right after Robot Chicken, have them on there. Oh, Lord.
And they randomly advertise the game.
And let me see. What was that one one thing that they had on there that came, I think it was after, after Robot Chicken. At one point, they had something with puppets. It was supposed to be like a spoof on Voltron.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, they took it off. It was like a spoof on Voltron. It was like a real funny spoof, and I don't know what happened to that show. It reminded me a little bit of Megas XLR, the way that some of the humor was.
You mean like that Rescue Force nonsense or whatever?
Yeah, it was something really cheesy. It was a cheesy Voltron-ish / Transformer-ish type of thing that they had going on.
Megas XL was one of my favorite series back then.
Oh my god, that series was awesome. That series deserved the game.
I agree. Or a second season.
Or a second season, yeah, exactly. It suffered from the same thing that Air Gear did. Oh Lord, I reminded myself of Air Gear again.
You just had to do that to me, didn't you?
Oh Lord. Anywho, does anybody have any more topics? Anything to discuss? Any news that they heard recently they'd like to share, or shall we wrap it up?
I'm good for tonight.
I'm all out.
Okay, Gazer?
I think I'm out too.
Okay, Jamie?
Out.
Alright, Gaze?
He's just like out.
He's like, oh!
It's like we're signing off right now or something.
It's just a weeknight tonight. Sorry, man.
I mean, even 2 weeks, not much came out. Can't believe that.
Exactly. We gotta get the paddles for Jamie for next week. Clear!
Oh, God.
Alright, then I guess we can
I think Bravely Default better than
Oh, Lord. He's emotionally exhausted.
I'm emotionally drained after that.
That and the YouTube nonsense, from what I've heard.
Oh, God.
Well, YouTube nonsense because it changes week by week.
Oh, Lord. Well, let me see. We've been on hiatus for like 2, so yeah, there's a ton of nonsense to cover. But anywho, let's get ready to do our sign-offs and, do what we gotta do. Alright, starting from my right to my left, let's go over here with the Good Shepherd. Do your thing, bro.
Hey, it's the Good Shepherd. Thank guys for listening to the podcast. I will be doing videos soon. I just got a new webcam, so let's start to getting it in.
Alright, up next we got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. T. Do your thing.
Alright, fools, it was fun as always. Speaking of nonsense, I got a video up right now that's causing a lot of nonsense in the comment section called GameCube Proves Anti-Nintendo Bias, so go check it out. And I'll see you guys next time. It's been fun.
Alrighty, and up next we got Kazar. Kazar, do your thing, man.
Alright, guys are here. Thanks for hearing all our interesting topics tonight. And as I always say, happy gaming.
Alrighty, and up next we got Jamie Butterworth. Do your thing, bruh.
Yo, Jamie Butterworth, aka Butterworthy, out.
And up next we got Games Rosa. Do your thing, bro.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all for joining us tonight. We kind of had silent moments, but it was all right. Nothing personal, T. We were just
A moment
silent
of
for a
silence.
second.
A moment of silence for our fallen brethren.
The years were just moving.
Everybody half asleep tonight. It's all good.
But not all of that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you want, check out GamerMan906. I'm starting to do a lot of, more editing and stuff. So, yeah, more videos are coming in now. So make sure you go check it out if you want. And, of course, check everybody else out here. Amazing channels here. Make sure you go check out everybody. And remember, game till the end.
Alrighty then. And finally we come to me, QMC, Quadman2, doing what I always do and just here to let you know what I'm saying, when it comes to gaming, whatever's clever. We're out.